activist, raw and unfiltered. And then came his boldest move, going after Tren de Aragua, Venezuela's most powerful gang. This wasn't some small-time street crew. They run drug trafficking, human smuggling, and extortion rackets across Latin America. The U.S. has even labeled them a terrorist organization. Their leader, Hector Guerrero Flores, known as Nino Guerrero, escaped during a 2023 raid that dismantled his prison fortress at Tocaron. To most people, even saying his name out loud is risky. But Gabriel, he mocked him publicly. He didn't just criticize the gang, he ridiculed their power, exposed their threats, and even shared messages he said came from their prison contacts. He accused Tren de Aragua of silencing critics through police allies, blurring the line between cops and criminals. He also took shots at rival groups like Tren del Llano, broadening his list of enemies. In short, Gabriel made himself a target the size of a billboard, and the threats poured in. But instead of hiding, he turned the warnings into content. He told his audience about the death threats, almost daring the people behind them to come forward. "Look at this," he'd say on camera, holding up evidence. "These guys think they're untouchable." That raw style resonated with everyday Venezuelans who felt powerless. Gabriel became a digital hero. But heroes, especially loud ones, rarely live long in places where the wrong words can be fatal. Which brings us back to that night in June. Gabriel was live, mid-rant, when chaos erupted. Gunmen burst into his home in El Piñonal, firing at least 9 shots. His mother was hit in the abdomen. Gabriel collapsed on camera, blood pooling as he pleaded for help. The stream ended abruptly, but clips spread across social media like wildfire. Venezuela's Attorney General Tarek William Saab quickly announced a probe. The 69th Prosecutor's Office was assigned to hunt down those responsible. Within days, police arrested Fiorina Uribari, the partner of alleged shooter Adrian Romero, charging her with homicide, criminal association, and terrorism. Warrants were issued for Romero himself and 2 other suspects, Wilbert Gonzalez and Gerald Nieto. Authorities hinted at Tren de Aragua links, but were careful not to say too much, leaving plenty of suspicion about whether this was purely gang retaliation, a police cover-up, or both. What's certain is that Gabriel's murder was more than a crime. It is a reminder of the deadly price of speaking truth in a country where gangs and corrupt officials blur into one.
Ariela Mejia Polanco was gunned down 8 days ago while driving her Mercedes SUV on the Cross County Parkway in Mount Vernon.
August 17th,
What happened to the
2025, in
fucking
Mount
mom?
Vernon, New York. The police responded to a routine call about a parked vehicle on the Cross County Parkway. William Saab quickly announced and the threats poured in. But instead of hiding, he turned homicide, criminal association, and terror. Warrants were issued for Romero himself and 2 other suspects, Wilbert Gonzalez and Gerald Nieto. Authorities hinted at Tren de Aragua links, but were careful not to say too much, leaving plenty of suspicion about whether this was purely gang retaliation, a police cover-up, or both. What's certain is that Gabriel's murder was more than a crime. It is a reminder of the deadly price of speaking truth in a country where gangs and corrupt officials blur into one.
Ariela Mejia Polanco was gunned down 8 days ago while driving her Mercedes SUV on the Cross County Parkway in Mount Vernon.
August 17th, 2025, in Mount Vernon, New York. The police responded to a routine call about a parked vehicle on the Cross County Parkway and made a disturbing discovery. Inside a white Mercedes SUV, they found the body of a woman who had been shot in the head. An influencer known for New York's nightlife was found inside the SUV, her designer outfit stained with blood, and the car engine was still running when the police arrived. The bullet holes made clear what had just happened, and investigators quickly confirmed the case was being treated as a homicide, that it wasn't an accident, it was a hit. Slumped behind the wheel was Ariela Mejia Polanco, better known to her thousands of Instagram followers as La Langosta. Ariela wasn't your average influencer posting brunch plates and vacation selfies. She had a presence in the lounges of Inwood and the clubs of Manhattan. She was the one holding down VIP, popping bottles, brushing shoulders with hip-hop royalty.
What?
She belonged
Who is this girl?
Yella wasn't your average influencer posting brunch
Oh,
plates
she's
and
classic
vacation
as hell.
selfies. She had a presence in the lounges
Bad
of
as hell,
Inwood
too.
and the clubs
Look at
of
that.
Manhattan. She was the one holding down VIP, popping bottles, brushing shoulders with hip-hop royalty. She belonged in the front row and online. Yet she was tied to Daniel Hernandez, better known as Tekashi 6ix9ine, who made some of the deadliest enemies anyone could imagine. Rainbow hair, face tattoos, screaming ad-libs. Shot to fame in 2017 with Gummo, Tekashi 6ix9ine was aligned with the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods, a violent subset of the Bloods gang out of New York. Then came 2019 when the feds came knocking with racketeering charges that could have kept him locked up for decades. He made a surprising decision instead of standing tall. He sat in a courtroom and snitched, pointing fingers at his old crew. His testimony chopped his sentence down to 2 years. And by 2020, thanks to COVID house arrest deals, he was free. Which brings us back to Ariella. She wasn't just his friend. She was not just showing up at the same parties. She was his ride or die. But here's the catch. In gangland, perception is reality. And to the 9 Trey and other crews, her flaunting that lifestyle looked like rubbing salt in their wounds. Was she personally dissing them? Reports suggest she cooperated during the 2019 trial. But even without that, being the public face of Tekashi's post-trial life put her squarely in the crosshairs. Think about it. These gangs don't always go after the main target. Most times it's easier and just as effective to hurt the people closest to them, especially when they can't always touch the snitch hiding under federal protection. But you can make him suffer by striking his loved ones. And that's exactly the theory investigators are chasing right now. So, what happened on that morning? According to Westchester County authorities, Ariella wasn't robbed, nothing was stolen, and her Mercedes was untouched. Someone had pulled up, opened fire, and left her riddled with bullets, pure execution style, and in seconds the business was done. Her 500,000 plus followers went into shock. One day they were double tapping her glamorous posts. The next they were flooding her page with RIP messages. Friends and fans lit candles, held vigils, and plastered the hashtag Justice for La Langosta across social media. Celebrities chimed in too, like Cardi B, another Dominican powerhouse out of NYC, who mourned her publicly, calling her a real one. But on the street, whispers spread fast. Was this 9 Trey finally sending a message years after Tekashi's betrayal? Was the Dominican crew tied to the NYC drug scene, angry about old beef? Or was it someone even closer? Someone inside her circles who felt burned. Nobody's sure yet, and as of now, the police haven't named any suspects. What they have confirmed is this. It was targeted, and Ariella's ties to Tekashi can't be ignored. May 23rd, 2017 in Englewood, Chicago,
Hold on, I'll switch it up real
22-year-old
quick.
rapper and social media personality Lamanta Tayedo
The
Well, you had a friend, Ariella La Langosta.
Yeah,
What was the relationship you guys had?
that was like one of my closest female friends. Like, I met her at a video shoot for Gine. I knew of her before that, but we didn't become close. We started, off camera, off video shoot. We would go out to eat. We would go to the club. She'll stay at my house. We'll spend days together. We'll go to Orlando. We'll go to Universal. We'll do, random stuff. We'll go all over the world
So
together.
were you guys a couple or just friends?
No, we're just friends. We're
Okay.
just friends.
Yeah, man, pretty girl.
Yeah,
Pretty girl.
And people, cause it's bad media. Everybody hates 6ix9ine. What was the media saying when she died?
6ix9ine's girlfriend killed.
Killed. Why? Cause this nigga riding, then they cooperated. It's blockbuster if we just lie and make up that was his girlfriend.
Try to connect the two.
Right?
Yeah.
It's blockbuster. Oh my God, perfect movie. Netflix, shoot it right now. Right? The whole time she died because her boyfriend.
So
But
that's
it's
what happened?
blockbuster to lie.
So her boyfriend,
That's what the media's saying. I'm not saying,
Yeah.
I'm just following what the media's saying. The blockbuster, oh my God, it's such a fucking lie. Steven Spielberg, Michael Bay, Transformer this shit right now. cooperator's girlfriend gets shot for him telling her not. It's just a lie. It's just, oh my god, so juicy. That's a lie. Then fucking this stupid bitch. What's that nasty bitch called? The
Sukiana?
fucking Sukiana. It looks like Tracy Morgan. Fucking her shit is crazy. Like I will violate that bitch. Yo, by the way, in this clip, put Tracy Morgan and Sukiana like right side by side. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Put it in the edit, like right there, like right here.
How did you feel when you heard that news, though?
Now, my man know that shit hurt, cause I'm like, damn, like she didn't deserve that. Like she was the breadwinner in her family, you know what I mean?
Wow.
She has a house, kids, mom, dad, all in that house, you know what I mean? She's the breadwinner. She's the one who pays the mortgage, pays the car note, pays the education, you know what I mean? That shit broke me.
Yeah, man, sad situation.
Yeah.
Especially the way that she was killed. It was like she was shot up in her car, and
Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah,
I said, I
Bronx.
speak to the family, but they still trying to figure it out. You know what I mean?
I have no idea if that guy's for real.
Who felt burned.
All I know is my
Nobody
mom
shot,
middle school
and as
teacher,
of
and they
now, the
loved him,
police
so
haven't
he must be
named
pretty
any
tough.
suspects. What they have confirmed is this: it was targeted.
This wasn't
and
on
Ariela's
camera.
ties to
Yo,
Tekashi
middle
can't
schoolers
be
think you're
ignored.
tough, Takashi.
May 23rd, 2017, in Englewood, Chicago, 22-year-old rapper and social media personality Lamonta Tayeto Reese, known online as Tayeto da Shuda, was shot and killed while sitting on a porch. It wasn't some random act of violence. His death traced back to something most people wouldn't think twice about, like the normal back and forths on Chicago's social media scene. It started small, a simple post and a reply, nothing unusual. However, in the streets of Chicago, these exchanges aren't just
Alright, I gotta
harmless
take a
words on
dump,
the
sorry.
screen. When Tato responded to an
No
incident,
wonder.